Hi and welcome to my random ruminations. Earlier today I recorded a video blog about problems I was having with a wedding outfit, and I mentioned something about my gender expression and my gender experience, and I thought I probably should, while I'm actually thinking about it, expand on that a little. Gender experience and gender expression are different, two different things. Gender experience is how you experience your gender within your own body and your own mind. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Except it's not at all. You have some very marked differences between the two. No, that's not how to explain it. How to explain this? It's not simple at all, because even if you're pretty sure of how you experience your gender, it changes constantly. I mean, I'm very femmy, except for when I'm a tomboy. Whoops. And that's great, except that, here's the thing, I do have certain masculine traits. There's no point in denying it, I do. I have also extremely feminine traits. Masculine traits, I'm quite aggressive. I'm quite adversarial. I'm a brutal PvP computer game player, and I have no problem shouting at noobs. That's a very male thing. On the other hand, I like arts, I like making stuff, I like things like that. I am and always will be in mourning for children I'm never going to have. And that's definitely not a male side of me mourning, it's definitely a female side. Because I'm mourning for children I could never bear, and I could never feed, I could never give birth to. That's very female. And it's a very difficult part of my gender experience. So my gender experience is unique to me. It's impossible to fully explain to somebody else. But my gender experience is a combination of my physical experience and my emotional and mental experience. And my physical experience is, I'm not male or female. Physically, I'm not male or female. I'm not going to lie. I have a lot of female secondary sexual aspects. I have breasts. I have extremely broad childbearing hips, much to the distress of several doctors when I was growing up. I have an unusually narrow rib cage for someone who was supposedly a guy. And by the way, I was never a guy. I was apparently male. The most of the world assuming I was male, by which I mean, of course, most of the world assumed I was male, and in fact I wasn't. On the other hand, I do have a oversized non-vagina adjacent clit, what the rest of the world would call a penis. No denying that either, and I'm not going to. I'm not bothered by it. It's a piece of tissue that does a particular function and does it moderately well. Actually, it does 2 or 3 functions, and it does at least 2 of them extraordinarily well. But it's taken a lot of work for me to get to a point where I am comfortable in my body, gendered as it is. And right now it's gendered as the closest thing I can be to hermaphrodite. And if I'm utterly honest, I'm probably a genderqueer hermaphrodite at heart. I genuinely wish I had my oversized non-vagina adjacent clit adjacent to a vagina, minus the testes and the scrotum. And hopefully they will be going away eventually. And so that's my gender experience. On the other hand, my gender expression, your gender expression is how the world gets to see you. The vast majority of the world never gets to see me as a genderqueer hermaphrodite, and never will. The reason being, it's not safe. Most of the world will view that as a target. Most people of the world already views me as a target, but because of that, it's simply not safe, it's not accepted, and it's not acceptable in Western society, or any society that I know of. Which is kind of sad, because we do have in Ireland a long history of divine hermaphrodites. And there's even some question about whether one of our great mythological heroes, Cuchulainn, was male or female. Or actually neither. There is a suspicion I had a friend who was involved in a translation of one of the older copies of Untyne, which is the story of the Red Branch Knights and the Cattle Raid of Cooley, where they talked about the other boys making fun of Cuchulainn for his unpronounceable was not in any way like their penis or genitalia, or I can't quite remember the way he just said it, but it was very specific. Anyway, yes, it's kind of sad that that's the case. I present primarily as female. I actually present almost entirely as female. And the reason for that is I was never comfortable presenting as male. Never was, never would be, never will be. But I'm extremely comfortable presenting as female. Why? Because if anything, in my head, my heart, and my body, I'm a very, very, very female side of hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite, as in lesbian, as in female who loves females. Although there is a touch of bisexuality in there as well, but that's a topic for another day. So, my gender expression is female. That means I use female pronouns. I wear primarily female clothing, although lately my clothing is becoming more and more gender neutral. Partially for comfort, partially because it's harder wearing, and partially because it suits my personality. I still like getting dressed up as a really femmy girl now and then, you know, for going out or meals or this upcoming wedding. But at the same time, I don't feel it's necessary to bang the world over the head with I'm a girl, I'm a girl, I'm a girl, accept me, I'm a girl, I'm a girl, I'm a girl. Screw it, the world accepts me or it doesn't. Admittedly, that attitude also only goes as far as the world allows me to be safe, which is another totally different topic. Oh my god, there's so many topics surrounding gender. So yeah, that's basically the heart of it. There's gender experience and there's gender expression. You experience your gender. The rest of the world experiences your expression of that gender. That's it, basically at its simplest. And it's unique to you. Your experience is utterly unique to you. There is no other woman, there is no other man, there is no other non-gender, binary, genderqueer individual in the universe who experiences gender the way that you do. None. Because there's never been your particular combination of physicality, mentality, emotional being, and all the rest that goes into making a human being. Nobody else has ever existed that is exactly the same as you. Nobody else can ever experience your gender, your being, in the way that you do. And the thing about it is, nobody else has to. It's not their possession. Your gender experience is your property. It's yours. It's yours to do what you want with it. And nobody can say otherwise. Your gender expression isn't public property either. And that's one of the things that I think Western society is gradually moving towards, thankfully. You get to see people's gender expression. You don't get a say in it. And that's difficult for people to understand. But again, that's another topic for another day. So, quick roundup. Gender expression is what you present to the world. Gender experience is what you experience inside yourself. The two are not necessarily the same, though they will be related more often than not. And just enjoy being you. There's nobody else like you. No one. So just enjoy being you. Life can be a lot of fun. You're only going to probably only going to experience it once, although personally I believe in reincarnation, but we'll see. I suspect reincarnation. Screw it, we're all made of star stuff. Okay, I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!